The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyromedia Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. I am your host, DW, your melanated host, and welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing this week? I hope everybody is having a beautiful week so far. We are at the hump day. We are halfway through it. And listen, if you are getting through it, if you are here, if you are alive, you've got breath in your body, if you are smiling, you making it. I just want to give a shout out to you. Shout out to everybody listening in Power Media Land. Welcome, Walpy. Welcome. We have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Hey, what's going on? What's up, everybody? And listen, a huge shout out to all of my listeners out there in Bulletproof Radio. I hear y'all and I see y'all for the feedback. Listen, y'all make sure that you tap into the Daryl Walter Show on the Facebook page. Go over there and like it. I'm going to be sharing some videos. We're going to be talking about some things, doing some polls and everything. What I say? What it sound like I said? I thought I said Bullet in Flight Radio. I didn't say that. If I didn't, that was what was in my heart. And sometimes what I think, it doesn't come out in my words, but y'all get what I'm saying. Listen, I said bulletproof. Honey, listen. Just tune in there. It's there. Okay. And shout out to everybody listening to the Daryl Walter Show. Listen, welcome everybody. Click like and share. Okay. We're going to have a good time. We're going up. Listen, I just want to say thick thighs, good vibes. If you out there and you thick thighs, good vibe, and tap in and say, heck yeah. All right. We giving shout outs to everybody. Before I shout out anybody, I want to shout out myself. First of all, y'all see this look. Y'all see this screen. Look how clear it is. I was saying earlier before we started the show, I just want to give a shout out to my husband that I'm going to manifest. I know you're out there listening, and I just want to say you're welcome. Um, Everything looks good here on the screen because I am coming to you live and direct from a new technologically advanced system called an iPad, so it looks clearer. And I was gifted the iPad because I won Team Member of the Year at my job. Woo, 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 woo. So congratulations to me. My therapist asked me how I felt about it, and I said I am humbled and I am very grateful. I have been putting in the work. If y'all follow me on TikTok, Instagram, social media, all of that stuff. Y'all know I've been really, really, really putting in the work. Thank you very, very much. So I was thinking about it too. Hello there. Welcome to the show. The title of the show brought you here. Well, welcome. We're going to talk about a lot, okay? And listen, welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. My name is Daryl Walter. I go by DW. I talk about what went viral. We just going to talk about it real quick, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to talk about it. Is the LGBT community under attack? All right. Before we get into that, first of all, we got to send a huge congratulations to Tyler Perry, y'all. Huge congratulations to Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the first African American to acquire, VH1 and BET. This is history made. This is history made. And this is going to be big, okay? You know what's so funny, though, Kwame? I was thinking to myself, I can already hear the naysayers out there. He bought VH1 and BET, but is it gonna be Medea 24/7? I hope I ain't gonna be having. Listen, don't hate, congratulate, okay? It's gonna be more jobs, more opportunities, and at this point, listen, we need it. Congratulations to Tyler Perry. Shout out to him, leading the way, making a legacy. Okay, let's move on into what went viral. Listen, welcome to the show. And they will. Let's get into this because baby, when I tell you, so my friend sent me this video, y'all. Kimberell. Kimberell, our favorite person, Kimberell. She went viral yet again. In this particular video, she was just pointing out the expectancy of really honing in on your craft. Let's take a listen to a little bit.
I don't believe in pushing things that are not fully developed. One of the things I enjoyed about y'all, the Bible talks about musicians being skilled and anointed. You got listen. If you're not going to be skilled, please be anointed. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, because it doesn't edify me. I don't like to hear statements in the house of God. We gonna do better next time. It should have never been a time for you, because I came here to be edified by you. Tell me, wait, you need to lay off of us? No, because you want us to okay what you're not willing to develop. You want us to sanction what you're not willing to spend time with God with for Him to develop, so we can be edified. I should not have to pray you through your second verse. I should not have to seek God to enjoy you because you're so stuck on being seen and heard
Enough, Kwame.
that I have to rebuke every moment that you're doing what you do.
We can cut the video. I was trying to get through the whole thing, but I can already hear my audience humming and hawing. Listen, I sent this to a couple of my friends. And Kwame, can you put the comments up as they come up? I can't see them. We got to figure it out. I can't see them right now. But what I did was I sent this to a couple of my friends. What I'll do is when I have topics and videos, I'll send them to my friends just to get a general consensus of their thoughts on the particular video. And you know what all of my friends said? I just don't like her. I just don't like her, Daryl. I don't care what she says. I just don't like her. So I said, okay, we're going to play the video and I'm going to share my commentary. And Kwame said, and to be honest, the principles of what she said was actually worth listening to. Yes, everything that she said was correct. But here is the thing, and here is the issue with Kimberell and why she was out of line. First of all, let me just say that Kimberell, and y'all know here at the Daryl Walter Show, yes, we do not agree with her stance and the words that she has said. They are wrong, and I do not stand with her on that. Howsoever, Kimberell is one of the premier singers of our time. What do I mean? If you love Jasmine Sullivan, if you love Layla Hathaway, if you love Beyonce, if you love India Ari, if you love Avery Sunshine, and I can go on and on and on, all of your favorite singers, guess who their favorite singer is? Kimberell. And Amari, that's exactly it. She has a nasty attitude. Now, here's the twofold to this, okay, y'all, because I really want to help some of y'all out. This is not an excuse for her attitude, but this attitude is very familiar to the Black church, in particular to the Church of God in Christ. The Church of God in Christ is the same organization that the Clark sisters are a part of, some of your favorite singers, Judy McAllister, Kirk Carr, etc., so forth and so on. I grew up in Kojic, and the way she is talking is the jargon that we all have known and loved. It does not make it right. Furthermore, I want to make this a clip. Remind me to make this a clip for me. Y'all, let this be a lesson. You can have the cure to cancer, but if your attitude is nasty, if your spirit ain't right, it ain't going to be received. Maybe you can have $1 million. Credit could be good. If your spirit ain't right, don't nobody want to hear what you have to say. You could be and here's the thing, she's one of the best singers. Yeah, we can go toe to toe about her attitude, about her weight. Does she look like a snuffleupagus or not? Should she be on a Sesame Street or not? I don't know. That's not my business. Allegedly, okay, Kwame, allegedly. But with that being said, one thing's for certain, two things for sure, you can't take away from her, and that's that voice. And with that being said, the advice that she gave, though it was good, the reality is there are many of us, no matter how much practicing, no much how much skill and how much work we do, we ain't gonna sound like Kimberell. A lot of y'all out there trying to sound like Beyonce. I love y'all. Every year I turn on American Idol and The Voice and everything. Everybody's trying to sound like Beyonce, trying to look like Beyonce, trying to turn the fans on and let their hair flow in the wind like Beyonce. But guess what? I don't care how many hours you practice and dance. Still ain't gonna be Beyonce. And that's the thing that Kimberell don't realize. Okay. It still is important, but it's a lot of y'all that just it ain't just gonna happen. But she was right in what she said. But at the end of the day, what I realized, we don't like Kimberell. And with that being said, it's gonna be a while before I bring her back on the show. Let's go on to the next subject. Ooh, Jesus. Jocelyn. Jocelyn Hernandez. Now, here's the interesting part with Jocelyn Hernandez. I don't know if y'all talk. Yeah, she has a beautiful voice, but her spirit ain't right. We just need her to get saved for real. Huh? Get saved for real. Tell them yes. A real yes. A real yes that'll shrink down the. Okay, I'm not going to do it. Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, this baby. Now, here's the thing. We need to do a deep dive into this because this is a culture that has developed in the country of the United States. And Daryl, what do I mean by the culture? What I mean is the culture of fighting and baddies. Okay, we got the baddies, we got the bad girls club, we got the bad boys club, we got Love and Hip Hop and Housewives of Atlanta, New York, and all these other places. And what they do, people are becoming famous for fighting. So Jocelyn really did what she was supposed to do, which was her job. Okay. Now, this fight that we all saw it, had the girl in the headlock. Now, what people don't realize, and shout out to Funky Geneva, is that apparently this fight is not what she went to jail for. Okay. This fight was provoked by Big Lex. The Big Lex and the people tried to stomp her, and she responded. Now, Jocelyn, instead of going home, took her hind self somewhere else, and then she got into a fight. Then she got arrested, and there go her mugshot right there. Here's what I want to say on this. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of grown folks fighting. Jocelyn is what, 56, allegedly 35? Allegedly. Allegedly. Too old to be fighting. Got Bonnie Bella at home. But here's the thing about it. She's caught in a quandary. This is the interesting thing. Because how else is she going to keep her living? Y'all really trying to sell me on the fact that she's 35 and 36, and I ain't bought it since she stepped out. I ain't bought it, but allegedly. A lot of these celebrities are caught up in a wheel. What do I mean? They became famous for nonsense. Okay, y'all saw that ghetto professional mess at the fight. That big, I'm the only hit she'll ever have was that do it like it's your birthday. I don't know if I can say the whole thing. I don't want to pay, but you know what it is. I really want us to get past the point of glorifying fighting and glorifying this behavior. Because guess what? She ain't gonna change. See, you know why she ain't gonna change? Because this moment just made her richer and more famous. Oh, she's disgusting. She's terrible, but she's terrible at the bank. I bet you she's gonna do another spinoff at Zeus. I bet you she's gonna get more. You know what? Let me get off of her because I'm tired of her. Not tired of her, but I just want more for her. Let's move forward. If you've been hiding under a rock, maybe you did not hear that Anita Baker said, listen, babyface, I told you, tell your people quit bullying me. Okay? And she pulled Babyface off the tour. Then Tank took his hip self, big booty self, and tried to put himself in the game, trying to come to the defense of Babyface. Hey, Cocktail. Hey, how you doing? Listen, let's be honest. The first thing about this is that this was Anita Baker's tour, okay? And I want to come to the defense of Black women. Yes, this is about Black women because let's be clear, if the shoe were on the other foot, people would still eat up Anita Baker. Somehow it'd still be her fault. It'd be her fault that Babyface didn't have enough time. That's fine, whatever. I don't even fault Babyface, okay? Anita Baker, ma'am, I love you. I came to your concert. I want you to hire better sound people because it just always seems to be a glitch and whatever. And that's life. That happens. What really happened though was the internet bullies got the best of her. And here's a public service announcement, okay? Y'all get your notes, y'all get your pads because Uncle Daryl about to come out and about to teach y'all something. And this is for those of you who want to be content creators, those of you who want to be social media influencers, those of you who are in the public eye. Okay, because y'all don't believe me. I'm gonna tell you again, and I'm gonna say it one more time. You can write this down. The social media streets are not for the weak. You got to have a tough skin. And what do I mean by a tough skin? You can't let the comments get to you and you can't respond to every comment. Okay, because you're gonna be spending your day responding to comments. I can't tell you how many times I see social media influencers responding to comment after comment about what somebody said on a post they made. And you know what that's doing? You're allowing that person to take control of your platform. Now, let's say I were Anita Baker's publicist, okay? I would have said, Anita, here's what we're going to do. On the next show, okay, we're going to flip it around. We know it's your concert, but since Babyface didn't get to perform, we going to have Babyface close out the show as a way of showing some love. And then we going to move on and everything. And just because at the end of the day, Anita's still going to get her money and Babyface is going to get his money. Okay. See, the thing about Babyface and why Babyface is a class act, because Babyface shut his mouth. Babyface has always shut his mouth. We ain't never heard Babyface say nothing. If you from the age of 30 to over 50, if you look up Babyface, you're going to hear his music and you're going to see him in sunglasses. You ain't never heard him to respond to nothing. You ain't never heard him say nothing. And see, Anita, she got in her feelings and she let them internet bullies get to her. And that's a message to y'all content creators. You got to stop letting these people get to you. Okay, they do it on purpose to bait you, to shift your focus from what you really should be focused on. And see, that's where Anita messed up. They're gonna be trolling Anita for a minute. Now, Anita has a core base of fans, and if you ain't seen Anita Baker in concert, I highly recommend it. Say what you want to, talk about her Star Spangled Banner. It was trashy, yes, it was, but the elements was cold, and she looked like she was struggling. Okay, but Anita Baker can put on a concert, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Speaking of Babyface, let me put up my free endorsement. Y'all need to see that Tiny Desk NPR. If you love Babyface, if you love Tank, if you love Shantae Moore, who did her good singing, go see that Tiny Desk. But the person who stole the show was that tall, fine drink of water, Avery Show Enough Sugar Wilson. Let me just pause right here. Let me just pause right here, okay? Because that Avery Wilson is fine, 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 fine. Liberated, liberated, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yada, 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 yada. Let's just play the clip of what he did to Tevin Campbell. He's cute. What you mean he's cute, Gwendolyn? That ain't the right picture. Babyface is first of all, Babyface is still got a baby face. How he 102 and look like he 12 don't make no sense. But let's play the clip of Avery Wilson singing.
One more chance with you again. I will not let it go. Please give me just one more chance for love. Can we?
Anyways, on that note, we're gonna take a commercial break. He can sing. And let me tell you something, Gwendolyn. He ain't just cute. He fine. Okay, and let me just put it in perspective. He is like 6'1", 6'2". Don't let that picture fool you. Now I don't know whose team he's on at this point. I'd be so lost these days. I don't know. He don't want me though. But he's like 6'1". Anyways, let's go to commercial. And when we come back, y'all, we're gonna talk about it. The topic, the discussion is the LGBT community under attack? Listen, I got some things to say about it. Got some questions I want y'all to answer. I want to hear what y'all have to say. And we just gonna come back. It's gonna be a discussion. So tag everybody, tag your friends. We'll be back in 1 or 2. I'll see y'all. Peace.
This episode is sponsored in part by Bullet and Flight Radio. Get ready to uplift your spirit with Bullet and Flight Radio, the world's leading progressive Christian radio station. Experience the vibrant fusion of gospel house music and a rich medley of inspiration from all musical genres that'll make your heart soar. Join their extraordinary lineup of today's trailblazers, visionaries, and voices that matter, all sharing their stories and wisdom. Stay plugged in around the clock as they broadcast unmissable content 24/7. Your go-to station for all things inspiring. Become a pilot today by visiting bulletandflightradio.com. Bullet and Flight Radio. Your story, our station.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Daryl Walter Show. I want to start off by saying that this is a safe space for everyone from all walks of life. So I don't want you to feel uncomfortable or feel ashamed to share your opinions and thoughts, for it is in the conversation that we move forward, that we find healing, and that we find the answer. All right, so let me just say that we ain't fighting. I know how some of y'all like to tussle. Okay, let me start off by saying also that Martin Luther King said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice anywhere. So when I think about this question and when it came to me, that is my foundational thought to all of this, that anywhere that is there is a threat to I don't want to get deep and say democracy, but to an injustice, to belittling or devaluing anyone or any group or any person. It's a slippery slope to anyone. So the topic and the discussion for today is the LGBT community under attack? And I'd like to hear some of y'all's responses. Y'all tap in for me. And Kwame, you can put the comments up there. Is the LGBT community under attack? What do y'all think? It's such a simple and easy answer. For me, the answer is yes. Yes, the LGBT community is under attack. Recently, for the first time in history, the Human Rights Campaign, the organization, y'all see the bumper sticker on people's cars. It's the blue background with the yellow lines. For the first time ever in history, The Human Rights Campaign officially declares state of emergency for the LGBTQ plus Americans. They issued a national warning guidebook, which I highly recommend for everyone to download and just read through it to ensure the safety for LGBTQ plus residents and travelers. So let's see what some of the comments are saying here. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is more than ever. That is a very good point. It is more than ever. But the question really is it clear that there is agenda? Or let me say it this way. It is clear that there is not an agenda. Let me reword it. I wrote some stuff down. It's clear it's not an agenda, but rather that the LGBTQ plus community is used as a hot button. And I liken it onto misusing the word woke. The real question is, where is the attack coming from, y'all? Where's the attack coming from? Because it's easy to say, oh, the attack is coming from, I hear some people, it's coming from the right. It's coming from the church. It's coming from the family. And y'all are absolutely right. I want to hear some of the answers. Kwame, if you could put the answers up there. It's coming from all directions. People using the bathroom. Let's use that as an example. People using the bathroom as an issue. What I think is, it's about knowledge and education. Let's talk about it. The bathroom has become an issue. We have become a scapegoat. Thank you for saying that. We become a scapegoat. So let's start with the issue of the bathroom. Does it really matter who uses the bathroom? Is it really that deep of an issue, or is it a way to use us as a scapegoat? The pride flag. I talked about it earlier. It's so interesting how all of a sudden the Christians are calling the rainbow God's promise. Now, y'all listen, I grew up in church, and maybe you can help me out, Cocktail, but I don't ever remember a rainbow flag. I remember them preaching about a rainbow flag. But it just seems as though people are so mad they want to take ownership. The only rainbow I remember is Lucky Charms and the gay pride. But also, the attack comes from the inside. I want to talk about it today. The attack comes from the inside. It comes from within us, right? It comes from our weakest links. It comes from no fats, no femmes. It comes from toxic masculinity within the LGBTQ plus community. It comes from the church and still pushing the deliverance narrative. I want to play a video for y'all, and we're going to pick this video a good apart of this baby and his experience. Let's listen to his experience.
I was hanging out at one of my family members' houses, and I remember the show RuPaul's Drag Race was playing on the TV. Who's familiar with the show RuPaul's Drag Race? Raise your hand. So RuPaul's Drag Race is a show where drag queens come together, males, they dress as women and, do a whole bunch of craziness. And I remember watching this stuff on the TV, and I remember one of the elders who was watching me looking at the TV said, turn that stuff off before this little boy decides to do the same things. And from there on, the curiosity and confusion of my identity began. Fast forward to when I was 13 years old, two of my peers introduced me to pornography. And from there on, I started watching it, from time to time. And one day, roaming the internet, I came across gay porn. And watching gay porn.
Let's pause right there real quick, Kwame. Let's just pause right there real quick. Kwame, you're going to be my assistant as we bring the scripture. You was on the internet and you just came across some gay pornography? You was on the internet and you just came across some gay pornography. Okay, let's just keep playing. I just want y'all to hear that.
Really have his way in my life. The Bible says in Matthew chapter 6, how our eyes are the lamp to our body. And if you allow darkness into your eyes, you allow darkness into your body. So that's literally what happened to me as a child. And going into high school, I started hanging around the wrong crowd, got into weed smoking, a whole bunch of craziness. And I played basketball, so I would try to hide my sexuality by playing sports. And fast forward to when I was 17 years old, I started to enact on the thing.
Hold on, pause. He tried to hide his sexuality by playing sports. Now, here's what I want to say. Baby, you trying to hide your sexuality by playing basketball around a bunch of tall men, sweating. Let's keep playing.
Things that were introduced to me as a child. And I got in a down low secret homosexual relationship with two males who planned on later transitioning to females. And I was doing this behind closed doors.
Hold on, wait a minute. I was gonna let that play a minute, but that just took a turn for what street are we on? You had a threesome with two men who became females. I want to see how he gets out of this. Let's keep playing.
Of high school, I ended up getting a college basketball scholarship. I went to college, and now I don't have my parents around. You know, I had no standard. So I was dating this girl at the time. We were having sex. I was having sex with men and women at the same time, drinking.
I know you were. Yes.
And that lifestyle, it just never brought any peace. It never brought any joy. So
the lies that you tell, sir. Hold on, pause and wait a minute. Pause and wait a minute. Pause and wait a minute. You was having sex with men and women, and it didn't bring you no joy. Listen. I am all for healing and deliverance, okay? I'm on an alcohol-free journey, but I am not going to sit up here and tell you that I didn't turn up with the Casamigos Reposado a couple of nights and got my life. Had you dating women and you sleeping with men and women and it brought you no joy? Okay. You know, see? Let's keep playing. Help me, Holy Ghost.
My second year, I went in and I was just like, I was going through a lot. I had a 0.66 GPA. I was dealing with heavy anxiety, depression. I couldn't look at people in the eyes. I was just so lost. And I remember what my parents had trained me up. Like the Bible talks about how you're supposed to train up a child in the word and the word will never leave them. And so I remember my parents teaching me about God. And I said to myself, like, I tried the weed, I tried the drugs, I tried all the things to try to fulfill my life.
You tried everything. You tried empty. The penis, the vagina. Can I say penis and vagina?
One day in February of 2021, I said a prayer. I said, Lord Jesus, I know if I die tonight, I got a free ticket in my pocket to hell. But the only way I'm going to serve you is if you show me that you're real. And I knew if I became a Christian, because I grew up in the church, I knew if I became a Christian, I was going to have to give up the fornication, the homosexuality, the drugs, all these things. But I knew that I just didn't want to give it up for a fake God, you know? So I said, you know, I just want you, God, to show me that you are real. Around this time period, I believe in soul ties because the Bible talks about it and I've experienced it myself.
Okay.
The people I was having, the men I was having sex with, since they wanted to transition to females, I started to have that same spirit within me to become a female. And
I was trying to get through this. I'm trying to get through this. How many of y'all saw that coming? How many of y'all saw that coming? The spirit got on him too. Now he want to transition. Okay, let's get through a little bit more of this because I got some points. Go ahead, play. My God, today.
Buying heels, getting my nails done, dressing like a woman and stuff like that. And one day I was hanging out with one of my peers and I left that place and I was going back home and I went inside my truck. And that day I had a crop top, a jean jacket, silk pants, and white acrylic toenails. I was probably possibly going to turn into a female, transition to a female. And I went into my truck and When I went to turn the key, I felt a presence in my truck. And when I looked to the passenger side, the Holy Spirit just boom hit me right there.
Boom.
And I
What'd he
felt the
say?
presence of God so strongly. I started to get emotional. And I literally lifted my hands in my truck in February of 2021. I said, Lord, I give the homosexuality up. I give the drugs up. I give the pornography up. I give all that stuff up, you know. And ever since that day, I haven't gone back to homosexuality, drugs,
Yeah.
pornography. I've been completely delivered. God's completely changed my life. Today, I'm married to my beautiful wife, Caroline, who's in the front row right here. Yes. Next Thursday, we'll be celebrating our first year of marriage. And I have a special place in my heart for the LGBTQIA plus community because I used to
I
be
know
in that
you do.
lifestyle.
I
My
know
message to them in
you
this month
do.
and throughout the rest of my life is if he could deliver me from the stuff that he's delivered me from, he can do it for anybody. I'm not special. I'm not somebody. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody that saved my soul. And that man is Jesus. So I'm proud.
Okay, bring me back. Bring me back up, baby. Just go on and bring me back up because I don't even. I do know where to begin on that. Oh, Jesus, God, Lord, that was just so much. Anybody else full? I am just full, baby. No, thank you, no dessert. I'll just take the check because I'm done. The memes are taking me. Baby, not only is that baby not delivered, I bet you his wife looks like a boy. I bet money his wife looks like a boy, allegedly, because I don't know that baby. And I bet money they do. I wouldn't be surprised if Carolyn used to be anyways. Is the LGBT community under attack? Yes. The LGBT community is under attack. Number one, from the church. The church is putting this false narrative and false hope. He is only fooling himself. He is hurting that woman. Not only is he battling, but he is battling self love. That's what I want to talk about today, y'all. I want to talk about the importance of self love. The LGBT community is under attack from within. Yes, there's the outer people. Yes, there are people. Yes, there are women who are going to feel some type of way about the trans community. Yes, there are people in the black church who will never accept, the homosexual and the lesbians. Yes, they are. But there is something about when you truly love yourself from the inside. I want y'all to see what self-hate looks like and how disgusted I am by this particular church that allowed this young man to bear his entire soul and his business only to be made a mockery of for people to celebrate something that he's not even free from. Oh, I know I just said something. Self-hating gays. And what do self-hating gays do? They hate other gays. And they perpetuate the stigma in those ideologies that are not true. Let me just say this. As the host of the Daryl Walter Show, I support all life and I support all choices. If he really got up and truly said, I used to date men and now this is my beautiful wife, I would say, okay. And Kwame, I'm just going to apologize in advance and just go on and do it and not ask for permission. But Daryl Walls is not straight. I don't care how many pictures he has with women. I don't care how many workout videos he posts and everything. Thank you for putting allegedly down there. He ain't gay, but he ain't straight. And we so worried about, oh, it's the heterosexual people that's attacking us. Oh, it's these people. Yes, but we got to look within. This is a conversation as someone who's a part of the LGBT community. And let me say, this message is not just for the LGBT community, but anybody out there that is suffering from self hate, from doubt, from not believing in yourself, from not truly loving yourself. Because a lot of times at the end of the day, we blame the outer pieces, right? It's his fault. It's my mom's fault. She didn't love me. It's my daddy's fault because he wasn't there for me. It's the church's fault because they hurt me. It's the pastor's fault because he wouldn't let me speak. It's this person's fault. But what about you? What do you say about yourself? See, and if we take it to Bible, Jesus didn't have an identity crisis. Because Peter said, what should we call you? And Jesus said, Peter, who do men say that I am? I am that I am. And at some point, you got to look at yourself, no matter what other people say about me, I am that I am. I'm gay and wonderful. I do the bending and I'm wonderful. I bend and I'm wonderful. You have cocktails and you go to church and you're wonderful. You're skinny and you're wonderful. You're big and you're wonderful. You're not everybody's cup of tea, but you're somebody's cup of tea. And allegedly is under there because I think I said something. But when we talk about the attack in the LGBTQIA plus community, yes. Are we under attack? Absolutely. Is there a state of emergency? Yes. And it's not for other people to get, but it's for us to understand. But one direction I want to come from is that at the end of the day, you got to love yourself whether they love you or not. And that hasn't been said enough because we have a lot of people in the LGBTQIA plus community, like this poor baby, like bring that baby up again. Bring that poor baby up. You know what? And can I just say this? Cocktail, you probably agree with this. All y'all who grew up in church, if you grew up in the culture church in the old days of being forced to get up in front of the church and apologize and admit your sins and stuff. Like when I think about it now, when I look at him, he literally listen, he was wearing what do you say, a dress with white acrylics. He was sleeping with men and women. He was on the internet and stumbled upon gay porn. He had threesomes with transgender people before they became transgender. He was on his way to being transgender. And quiet as kept, all of us can see it, is that he's one step away from being in the matter of fact, keep the rainbow around him because allegedly, in my opinion, he may not be gay and he may not be sleeping with women, but he ain't straight. But see, that self-hate gene that's indoctrinated into us is the real attack, right? Because if they can get into your mind and make you believe that you're not good enough, make you believe that you're not strong enough, make you believe that you'll never be good enough without them, make you believe that you'll never be anything without them. See, that's the thing. And you got to get it in your mind that that is nothing but an attack. Is the LGBT community under attack? But people are being under attack within themselves because they're self-sabotaging themselves, still believing the dogma that because of their sexuality, because of who they are innately, that they'll never be good enough, that there is something wrong with them. Yes, there are things that are going on in the United States. There are plenty of bills and laws that are changing. But just because the law is changing does not change who you are and who you're created to be. And I feel like this message is to get that point across, that regardless of the laws, that regardless of what other people say, and I feel like I want to in particular talk to people who have grown up in church, who have grown up with the dogma of being verbally abused, of being made to feel like you're less than because you don't sing well enough, because you don't fit into the crowd, because you don't fit into the church etiquette, because you don't fit into the church community. It is time to come from under the attack of self-hate and step into the air of self-love and breathe it in fully. We see so many people who are under attack who do not have the ability to live their life out loud and in color. And I don't mean carrying rainbow flags, but being able to love who they love comfortably, being able to be who they are comfortably, right? That's my discussion. I went off in a tangent, but I hope y'all got that. Gwendolyn, I know I'm not the church, but I am so sorry. I can't tell you how many women I saw have to get up in front of the church and apologize for something natural, for something natural that they did. But you know what the funny part is? We never saw the man get up and apologize. But matter of fact, we used to play betting games of who the daddy was, right? In the coaching days, when the girl got up and apologized, we'd be whispering in the back, like, who you think the daddy is? They say it's the keyboard player. Well, I heard it's the deacon. Well, y'all know I heard it's the pastor. Come on now. To this day, we don't know who Aretha Franklin's baby daddies are. Allegedly, her daddy. Allegedly. But that's going into the church. And that's stuff that we can relate to when we talk about the attack, you know. And let me say this, I love the church because I feel like it has its place in the community. Oh, they're going to come through. He needs to live in his skin freely and unapologetically. But when you're under attack, that's the thing. Like when I thought about, is the LGBT community under attack? Yes, yes. We are under attack. Absolutely, the laws and everything, but also internally. Internally, we are under attack. And I can say that as somebody who was under attack, as somebody who suffered from self-hate, as someone who suffered from, the growing up in the Kojic church, man. Growing up in the Kojic church will have you, you know, I will down the road. I'm stumbling over my words because I want to be nice, but down the road, I would love to just have some of my friends from the Kojic church just be able to have a conversation because there are so many unspoken things that unless you've experienced it, you would not truly understand it. You've only heard stories about it. And a lot of the stuff that we experience, those of us who grew up in church, those of us who grew up in culture or strict religions, those are things that, whether we like it or not, has affected our life, in a traumatic way in our living days now. And that's something that I would consider being under attack. But guess what? You can come from under that attack, by making healthier decisions, by knowing that, listen, there is nothing wrong with you because you are gay, because you are lesbian, because you are bisexual, for those people who aren't gay or straight, allegedly. Whew. It's a shame that we're still having this discussion in 2023, but it is an important discussion because I believe, when you have that self-love, when you have that foundation of really believing in yourself, we can do things and we can make strides. And when I talk about the LGBT community being under attack, I talk about it from a place of, yes, I am a proud part of the alphabet mafia. I love y'all. It wasn't always this way, but let me just say I love y'all. But what I know for sure is that anywhere there is an injustice, anywhere, Black women, gay people, trans community, Black men, straight or gay. Because the reality is this, folks. Realize this. Even if it's not at your front step, the reality is if it's over here, it's only a matter of time. My heterosexual people, y'all see what's going over here in the LGBT community. If you any piece of a minority, you better be rooting for us because they're gonna come to your door next. Okay? And then you'll be under attack. but at least you listen to the Daryl Walters Show, so you'll have some tools to handle it. Listen, my final thoughts. I want to say, first of all, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Make sure you follow me on Facebook at the Daryl Walters Show, on Instagram and TikTok at I am Daryl Walter, and all social media platforms across the board. I want to give a huge shout out to Kwame, my producer, and Samuel, who makes this engine run smoothly with everything. And I want to thank y'all, my listeners, my followers, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, my aunties, and everybody. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, do me a favor. Tap in, send me a message if there's stuff that you want to hear, if there's stuff that you want to talk about, or you know what, I even want to say this. If you feel like what I said resonated with you, thank you. And you want to just share a little bit, hit me in my inbox. I got you. Until next then, listen, if you have a vision, stick to it. If you have a dream, don't give up. But most of all, and most importantly, show up. All right, y'all. I'll see you next week. Peace.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyromedia Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit pyromedianetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.